What is up, guys? This is RizzyPOW, and this is going to be actually a Gen 6 battle. This is going to be for the NPL versus PPL wars. We decided to do this as a send-off to Gen 6, and I feel like it was a bit badly organized because it dipped a little bit into Gen 7. I'm uploading obviously a Gen 6 battle after Sun and Moon have already come out, but that's not that big of a deal. So this is going to be a nice video just to come back to Gen 6 for one last time before I probably don't touch Gen 6 for maybe even forever. I don't know if I'll ever come back and play this meta. So it's just nice to go back and look at some of these matches. Obviously, I've not uploaded this to my channel, so this is the first time you guys are seeing this match. But I've battled this. I had this battle about a couple weeks ago. Exactly what this is a draft format battle. If you guys do not know, the draft format is a counter steal format where you draft a team and your opponent drafts a team and you try to counter team each other. If you guys don't know about it, you guys definitely will if you do watch my channel, because I'm gonna be in the NPL this season, which starts very, very soon. So you'll definitely be familiar with that if you are planning to watch my channel and stuff. But essentially I am a member of the NPL, and I will be representing the NPL in this war, and we're going to be going up against the PPL, and my opponent for the war is OnesieBanette. We're going to be having a best of 3, and we decided to have a draft. We all were trying to work together in this draft, because obviously I was just drafting in the pool of the NPL, and we all were trying to help each other get the best teams possible, because obviously we want the NPL to win, and the PPL were doing the same. They're trying to help each other out because they want to win the wars. So we end up drafting, we end up having 16 members, and so everyone will be uploading their videos, at least on our side of the NPL. Yeah, this is gonna be a war, so we're trying to see basically the point of this war is we're trying to see which is better, the NPL or the PPL. And so we all got an opponent, and we're gonna have to do a best of 3 with them. So my opponent is OnesieBanette. If you guys don't know him, make sure to go check him out. His link will be in the description. But yeah, that's it for the introduction. I'm sorry that took like forever to explain, but I just had to explain everything. You know, I have to explain everything. But yeah, I drafted this team. We drafted a total of 7 mons. The mon I did not bring was ReggyRock, just because it didn't have a good matchup versus Alex's team right here. If you brought like offensive Ampharos, Focus Blast, he could have. Pangoro has Fighting Stab. He could have like something hit it with Mew, could burn it. It just doesn't really do anything with Mew. It obviously doesn't take a hit from Volcanion. This thing could be special, hurt a lot, could be low kick. And then Sylveon right over here could be just it doesn't have a good matchup, so I decided not to bring it. He also has a Fortress. That's the mod that he did not bring this match, which means that if he has a rocker, it is going to be Mew, so that is very nice to know. And if that is his rocker, then he probably doesn't have defog. He could have rocks and defog on Mew, but then he's obviously sacrificing a lot of move slots on his Mew for that. On my team, he obviously has the double dark types, which is Pangoro and Zoroark, and I do not have a good fighting dark resist on my team. So obviously I knew those things were going to be very, very scary to my team. So I decided to run double Cobra Berry. I'm Cobra Berry mix Victini with Blue Flare. I was thinking about running V-Crate so I can just smack this thing, but I don't want to lower my defenses, because then obviously he can Pursuit Trap me with Zoroark. So I decided to run Blue Flare. I do have Bolt Strike though, so if I want to hit Sylveon on the physical side, I do have that. Also, that hits his Volcanion. On top of that, I have U-Turn to gain momentum, and I have Dazzling Gleam just in case the Ampharos is weakened. I can pick it off with Dazzling Gleam. So there's that set. I decided to bring an Expert Belt, Kyurem Black, Adamant actually. We do have Hidden Power Fire on it just in case he did bring Fortress, because it will still 2 KO him. I have, where are the moves I have on it? I have Iron Head. What do I have? I know I have Iron Head for the Sylveon. I have Hidden Power Fire, I already said. I have Dragon Claw just because he does not have a good... His only dragon immunity is either Fortress, which I have Hidden Power Fire for, which 2 KOs it, and Sylveon, which I can hit it up with that Iron Head. And then the last move I have is Shadow Claw. I was debating between Shadow Claw and And Bolt Strike to obviously hit the Volcanion. Decided for Shadow Claw just so I can chunk the Mew, because that is a relatively like that might be a switch into Chiron Black. So I decided I want to go with the nice Shadow Claw. It also helps me check stuff like Mega Ampharos, and just like it's just a really good Mon versus team. Definitely can win late game. I have a Calm Mind Cresselia right here with another Colbur Berry, just like I had on my Victini. We run double Colbur Berry, obviously. We're running Moonlight, Calm Mind, Moonblast, and Psyshock, I believe. Moonblast obviously to hit his double dark types. Pangoro actually doesn't even 2-hit KO me if he's Scarf, so that's pretty interesting. And if he's not Scarf, I will outspeed it and I'll hit up with the Moonblast. So there's that. That's a really good information to know with Pangoro. Next, I have a Speedy Spadef Mega Blastoise. This is just to help me versus Volcanion, because I obviously don't have the best switch into Volcanion. I do have Crest, which can take on Volcanion decently well, but I definitely want to save it. Because this is definitely one of my win cons. So I have Spadef Speedy Blastoise to help me deal with that. I have Toxic for the Volcanion. Sorry, there is a car outside and it was driving, and I'm sorry about that. But I have Shadow Claw. I don't have Shadow Claw. I have Dark Pulse to hit like Mew and stuff. I have Skull just because I can burn shit, you know. And then I got Toxic, you know, mostly for the Volcanion. Then I got a Specs Jolteon because he doesn't have any ground type, and his only resist is Mega Ampharos, which we can Volt Switch on and gain a ton of momentum. My next mon is Ferrothorn. This has my Rocks, which rocked a very good versus team because his only possible defogger is Mew. And yeah, so we got Aqua Berry just in case. This is my resist for Sylveon. He could have Hidden Power Fire. Very very common set. Like I have a feeling there's a good chance he'll have Hidden Power Fire, but I do have the Aqua Berry, and I can hit up with a Iron Head, or I could hit up with a T-Wave and then start flinching it down and shit. I also got Rocks on this, and I'm pretty sure this also has Leech Seed. So that's the team that I brought versus Alex game 1, and let's just start the match right over here. He's going to lead off with his Mega Ampharos, and I'm going to lead off with Jolteon because I can just Volt Switch on pretty much anything. And if this is offensive Ampharos, I actually do not deal with it too well. Agility could be kind of scary, but I obviously have Crest that just eats up hits from it, but obviously he can Volt Switch on Crest and it can get weakened, and especially because he has 2 Dark types, he can Volt Switch into one of these 2 Dark types, and he decides to go into Pangoro. I just stay in because I know I'll outspeed him unless he is Scarf, and if he's not Scarfed, and if he is Scarf, then he's going to be doing very little damage, especially with my Colbur Berry. He's going to go for a Crunch, and that does very, very little damage to him. I'm going to outspeed this turn. Just going to go for another Moonblast. There's no reason not to. I think right here I decide to go for the Moonlight just in case. I did have a feeling he would have Toxic on Mew, but he didn't end up having it, I don't think, or he didn't go for it. Now right here I'm going to go out into my Mega Blastoise just because I was pretty confident that this was a Zoroark right over here as the way he was playing it, and I didn't fuck up. I got crit and I got an accuracy drop. Now that really sucked because I was going to be able to take another Night Daze very, very well, as I don't think I could have taken it, and if I could, like, it just sucked because I had so much less health now with Mega Blastoise. He decides to U-turn out, and I'm going to just go for a Scald. There's no reason for me not to go for it because I'm going to outspeed this thing and be able to hit up with a Toxic, but I missed because of the accuracy drop, and I'm just going to go for Dark Pulse, and I missed the Dark Pulse, so I'm in a very bad position right now. He goes for a Steam Eruption. Thank God it is not Burn. But yeah, I'm in a bad position right now. I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse. He goes for Fire Blast right here, which I really don't agree with. He should have just gone for a Steam Eruption and killed me, I guess, just in case I went Ferrothorn. I don't understand that play, but he decided to go for it, which gives me a chance because obviously now I can hit up with the Toxic the next turn if he doesn't switch. So very happy for that. He should have honestly just kept on spamming Sub until I missed another Dark Pulse, which would have sucked for me, but that was the play that he should have gone with a bit earlier, but he decided not to do that. I'm going to lose my Mega Blast, which is fine. I Toxic the Volcanion, which is all I wanted. Now I can get some momentum with Jolteon. I can force in this thing, and right here I think I just go out into my Kyurem, right? Yeah, I go into Kyurem because he does not have a proper switch into this. He goes out into his Mew, which is fine because I'm just going to hit up with a Dragon Claw. And Dragon Claw plus Shadow Claw is going to kill this thing. I honestly did not need to reveal the Shadow Claw, but I think it might have been a roll. So I just decided to go for Shadow Claw. The crit didn't matter, so there's that. yeah, I'm just going to go out into my Victini. I didn't want to go straight into my Ferrothorn because in case he did predict that and go for the Hidden Power Fire, I'm not going to be able to go into Victini. I think I just go for a U-turn as he's going to sack off his Pangoro. So we're in a pretty decent position. He still has Zoroark left, which is probably the biggest threat to my team. I'm just going to Volt Switch on this, and I'm going to go out into my Ferrothorn because I know I can handle this thing. Has he revealed Focus Blast yet? No, I actually scout for the Focus Blast, and I go out into Cresselia so I can recover up on this thing. So that's what I did. I'm now going to be able to Moonlight up. And right here, I was pretty positive he had Toxic, but I decided to go for a Calm Mind anyway, just because I don't really have any switch into this now that Blastoise is dead, and I can still weaken this thing. On top of that, even though I am Specs Jolteon, I do have Heal Bell on my last slot, so I can always go for that to get rid of this Toxic if I ever feel like I need to. So I'm just going to go for the Moonblast right here. It does very little damage. I'm going to now switch out into my Ferrothorn, and he's going to go for a Heal Bell of his own. Right here, I think I finally get my Rocks up. No, actually I T-Wave. I T-Wave mostly because I was really scared he was going to go Volcanion. If he went Volcanion, I wanted to get some momentum off because obviously I did not deal with Volcanion the best way, especially since now Cresselia is Toxic, and he's also sub Volcanion, and he can be able to stall my Cresselia out. So I wanted to just go for a T-Wave in case he did that. I felt like that was my best play. In hindsight, maybe Rocks, because Rocks are just so helpful this game, but instead I go for a T-Wave. He decides to Volt Switch out right here. I did not have any switch into this either, so I just went for a Leech Seed. Now I can finally get up my Rocks. He does not have Hidden Power Fire on this, it doesn't seem, so he's just going to switch out. I'm going to get my Rocks up finally, as I just go for another Leech Seed because I want to start weakening this thing, as he allows me to hit me up with that, and I live the Focus Blast. Now I'm going to go out into my Cresselia because I will be able to go get some health back with the Leech Seed, but he just decides to Volt Switch out. I thought he'd go for another Focus Blast. I didn't really understand that play, but now he goes down to Zoroark, which is disguised as a Sylveon. And this is kind of scary because I don't really have the best ways to deal with this Zoroark, but I know that Jolteon can always outspeed it and revenge kill it, and obviously he doesn't have a proper switch into this, besides his Ampharos are just going to take Rocks damage, and I'm going to get momentum off of it. So I'm just going to go for another Volt Switch, do quite a good amount to his Sylveon, and I'm going to go onto this thing because now I know I can kill it with an Iron Head. He does not have any switch into this. If he goes into Volcanion, he's going to be taking Rocks. I can hit up with a Dragon Claw and kill it. Now he's going to go on into his Zoroark, and I'm going to have to sack my Ferrothorn. But I'm just going to go back into Jolteon because I know this is just a really good play for me. He decides to actually sack his Zoroark, which means that I can win this game 100% with my Kyurem Black, which is just perfect because Zoroark was the only thing that could stop my Kyurem Black from just winning. He can live one Dragon Claw because he is pretty bulky, but he could not even 2-hit KO me, and if he went for Toxic, I would still be able to win this match because he would have to rack up turns, and he didn't have enough turns to be able to kill me off with Toxic if he did go for Toxic right there. And Sylveon already died. There's a glitch on Showdown with the Zoroark and Sylveon because Sylveon was disguised as Zoroark. And it was showing that Sylveon was there, and that was just completely throwing me off during this match. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that matchup. We're going to move on to our next one really quick. So this was the best 2 out of 3. I had to win 2 to be able to get the W for this match, and whoever got to 9 wins first, whichever, either the NPL or PPL, would be able to win this game. Now, let me just tell you about this new team that I had. I didn't have T-Wave on the Ferrothorn. I took that off. I decided to have Leech Seed, or I had Gyro Ball instead. And actually, if we take a look right here, I'm going to just take a really quick look. This is my set for it this time. I decided to put Toxic on it so I can Toxic and punish the Mega Ampharos on the switch in. This way I could also add Gyro Ball to just do some damage. I also decided to change Cresselia's set to Toxic. Plus 2 attacks. I didn't feel like Psyshock was really needed. Moonblast just chunks the Pangoro and the Zoroark. And I have Hidden Power Fire just in case which I thought he'd bring Fortress this time. So I have Hidden Power Fire for that. I have the same exact Kyurem Black set. I know this is not the best, like you can't see the entire team, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, and I actually decided to change the Blastoise a bit. It's still the Spadef Speedy set, but I decided to instead of Toxic have Dragon Pulse, so I can just chunk even the Mega Ampharos. And another thing that I decided to change was Victini. I decided to change to a Choice Scarf Victini because I wanted a final Gambit. I want to lead off with this and try to final Gambit the Mega Ampharos first turn. Obviously, if you didn't lead off with Mega Ampharos, I'd probably just U-turn, and I could be able to final Gambit at some point during the game, I thought. So that's why I have this. I have just enough HP to be able to kill the Mega Ampharos if I am at full HP, and I just decided to keep a Specs Jolteon. So that was the team that I brought, pretty similar, although obviously I changed the Cresselia set, very little move slot change with the Ferrothorn, and a completely new Victini, but very similar team. Obviously I brought versus him. I decided again not to bring Regirock because I just did not think it had a good matchup overall versus him. But obviously you see right here, he decided not to bring the Fortress over, what did he decide to bring it over? Let me actually see over here. He decided to bring it over Volcanion, I think. Yeah, he did not bring Volcanion in this match, I guess because he saw a Blastoise, and even Kyron Black could eat up hits from it. I thought a Specs Volcanion could have been really good this match, but he decided not to bring it, so I was really happy about that. Fortress, I feel like, is a bit easier to bring, easier to deal with, but then he gets up rocks and stuff, so that could be annoying. So I'm just going to lead off with my Victini this match. I'm hoping that he leads off with Mega Ampharos, because if I get rid of Mega Ampharos, obviously he does not have an electric immunity. I can try winning with Jolteon. Also, if I get rid of Mega Ampharos, another thing that can win is well, I mean, it's mostly for Jolteon. Just overall, Ampharos is really annoying, especially if it's an offensive set. But I'm going to just lead off with Victini, and this is actually perfect because he led off with Mega Ampharos. So I'm just gonna final Gambit turn 1. Obviously Victini isn't that useful. It's very good, like when on team matchup, Victini is very good versus his team. But again, he has a and Mega Ampharos, which unless I'm really specially offensive, I can't 2 a KO with Dazzling Gleam, and if I am especially offensive, he has a Sylveon, so it's kind of really hard for a good Victini set. So I thought Final Gambit would be the best way to go because Mega Ampharos walls so many things on my team, and it's just a huge annoyance to my team. So I decided if I get rid of it first turn, that would be the way to go. As it worked out perfectly, my Victini is gone, and I made that 1-for-1 trade, which I will gladly take because now I can just go out into my Jolteon and get so much initiative. He doesn't have a proper switch in. I decided to go out into my Cresselia because I do have the Cobra Berry. The defense drop kind of sucked, but I know I will be able to outspeed him unless he is Scarfed. Defense drop actually sucked quite a bit, but that was not Scarf damage because obviously I saw the Life Orb, and I'm just going to hit him up with a Moonblast as he goes out into Ferrothorn, Fortress right here, which I'm just going to smack with a HP Fire, do a ton of damage to, as he actually Volt Switches off. So he didn't get up his rocks, so that means there's not a good chance he's going to be able to get up rocks this match. As right here, I think I made a bit of a misplay. I wanted to get up to full health. I wasn't sure if this was a Zoroark, as it wasn't, and I'm so weak to SD Zoroark. Also Specs Zoroark was like, Zoroark is just like really hard for my team to deal with. But he is SD, so I'm going to actually sack off my Mega Blastoise because I know Ferrothorn can live 1 low kick even though he's at +2. So I'm going to go into Ferrothorn right here as he actually decides to switch out. I would have been able to Oko him right there with the Gyro Ball, I'm pretty sure. But he decides to switch out into this thing. So I guess he wanted to get his rocks up or something. Yeah, he did want to get his rocks up because he was Cuss That Berry. I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed as he explodes on me, which is completely fine as I get my own rocks up. Now right over here, I'm just going to go into Cresselia again, just because I am now at full health. I'm going to eat up that Drain Punch and I outspeed, and I'm going to be able to hit it up with the Moonblast. He doesn't have the proper switch into this besides Mew, obviously, and that's completely fine. I think right here, I decided to go out into my Ferrothorn because I was scared of something he might do. He actually goes for the Thunder Wave, which is fine. And this thing, I'm going to just be able to Toxic it because obviously I don't get affected by Synchronize. And he's going to Baton Pass. So now I know this is Baton Pass. He also has Shadow Ball. So I'm really wondering what his set might be. I'm thinking like a Nasty Plot set or even a Rock Polish variant could be extremely scary. Especially paired up with Zoroark, which destroys my entire team. Now this thing, I don't really have a proper switch into, but I decided to go for a Gyro Ball. Yeah, no, I actually just decided to go for a Jar Ball right here because I was going to be able to chip away the Mew and beat it 1v1 because it was toxic. And his Shadow Ball was doing almost nothing to me. And if he decided to Baton Pass out in anything, it would nothing could live a Gyro Ball on his team, especially if he was Rock Polish. Because if he Rock Polish out into Deontay, then it'd be taking even more from Gyro Ball. But yeah, he goes out into this thing right now, and he's actually going to low kick me. Which is completely fine because I knew I lived one hit and I was going to be able to go for the Gyro Ball and kill that thing off. And now he's going to go out into his Mew, try to win with it. He's going to Rock Polish up, which is kind of scary. And I get fully paralyzed, which kind of sucks. But he's going to be able to kill my Fortress off. Or Ferrothorn off, sorry. And now I'm going to be able to go out into my Cresselia. I think I made a bit of a misplay right here. I should have actually gone out into my Kyurem Black and just spammed I should have just spammed Iron Head, but yeah, I just Moonlight up with my Cresselia though. And right here, I'm just going to go for a Toxic because I know this thing can't beat me because I'm bulky enough to take this thing on. But he has Echoed Voice, which is kind of crazy. So this thing actually can just straight up win because he's at +2. And Echoed Voice is going to be increasing his attack damage every turn that he continuously goes for it. So this is really scary. I have to stall it out with Toxic damage, which I was pretty sure I could unless he did get a crit. If he gets a crit, then I probably lose right here if he does get a crit. So there's just hope for no crits. I'm just going to spam Moonlight to help so this toxic damage just dies. So this toxic damage just kills off this thing. And yeah, I'm just spamming Moonlight right here because I need to kill this, as this is the last Moonlight I go for. And then right here, if I go for Moonlight again, it's not. I'm gonna be at so low that an Echoed Voice is still gonna kill me after a Moonlight. So right here, I just decided to throw off a Moonblast just to get a little bit of damage off, and he dies due to the poison. So we did end up taking another win right here. I just sack off Cresselia, and I can just go now out into my Kyurem Black and kill this thing with a Shadow Claw. So that was the match, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is the last video regarding like Gen 6 that I'll probably upload forever. So this is goodbye to Gen 6, which is kind of crazy. Definitely love the draft format in Gen 6. I really wonder what will happen to it in the coming in Gen 7. But yeah, sorry if I did not commentate these matches very well. This was a long time ago, and I'll definitely be having, I think, either a live or a Wi-Fi battle going up later tonight as well. Gonna be trying to get up 2 uploads today. If I can't, then I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get up 2 uploads today. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.